The England football team may have wreaked havoc on the pitch, and not brought it home, in the 2006 FIFA World Cup, but the Wags were in a league of their own. While the likes of Wayne Rooney, Ashley Cole and Steven Gerrard struggled on the pitch to become winners, more attention was on their wives and glamorous girlfriends. The likes of Cheryl Tweedy, then Cole, Abby Glancy, Coleen Rooney and Victoria Beckham all made the most of being away from Britain during the Germany games while staying in the picturesque town of Baden-Baden. However, while they enjoyed themselves, the attention they drew left former England manager Sven-Göran Eriksson in fits of rage. Nowadays, the Wags have a less prominent role in the World Cup, with the likes of Fern Maguire, Megan Pickford and Amy Cody not being allowed to stay near their beaux. As England continues to smash it at the 2022 Qatar World Cup, the Mirror have looked into where the original Wags are now. Coleen Rooney, the Liverpudlian, aged just 20 during the 2006 games, was labelled a chav as she made her Wag debut with the other wives and girlfriends. It was reported at the time the wife of Wayne Rooney spent an eye-watering £57,000 in just 1 hour while shopping, something she later hit back at claiming was just a few bits and pieces. At the time, the then Colleen McLaughlin was dealing with Wayne's infidelity after he admitted to sleeping with prostitutes for 2 years. He said, "Foolish as it now seems, I did on occasions visit massage parlors and prostitutes," before adding that it deeply regrets it. Most recently, Coleen found herself at the center of a media storm after sensationally accusing Rebecca Verdi's Instagram account of leaking private stories. The mum of 3 explained she created a string of false stories, that only Mrs. Vardy was able to see, which eventually ended up in the Sun newspaper. Vardy denied all wrongdoing when the case was taken to the High Court, but Judge Mrs. Justice Stein stated that Coleen's accusations were substantially true. Ellen Rivas, the former girlfriend of Chelsea's and now Everton manager, Frank Lampard, Ellen was one of the longest-serving Wags and attracted international headlines. Ellen, 47, started dating Frank in 2002 and gave birth to their first daughter, Luna, just 3 years later and 1 year before the World Cup. However, the Spanish model left onlookers stunned when she jumped on a bar table and began belting out Gloria Gaynor's hit single, "I Will Survive." But several days prior to her impromptu performance, she was believed to have been involved in a clash after she was prohibited from taking around 6 items of carry-on luggage onto the aircraft. Ellen and Frank went on to have another daughter, Isla, before the couple split in 2009 after claims that Frank had cheated on her. At the time, she told the Daily Mail that she and Frank were planning another baby. Nowadays, the former Wag lives a more low-key life and often treats fans with an insight into her luxury life on her Instagram page, which is followed by Coleen Rooney. Cheryl Tweedy. Cheryl had it all, a pop star career, a multi-million-pound bank balance and a footballer fiancé. The sound of the underground hitmaker became best mates with veteran Wag, Victoria Beckham, with the pair often sitting alongside one another at matches. Cheryl, who was topping the charts with Girls Aloud, became engaged to England left-back Ashley Cole, 2 years after the pair first met. However, despite being one of the biggest couples in showbiz, their relationship took a drastic turn when it emerged that Ashley had had a fling with a hairdresser. Cheryl was left stunned when fellow Wag Victoria failed to get in touch with her. The couple married in 2006 despite the cheating, but soon came to an abrupt end in 2010 when further claims of infidelity came to light, with Cheryl later revealing she went to get an STI check. Nowadays, the singer, who has vanished from the music scene, is a stay-at-home mom while working behind the scenes with the health brand Feels. Her love life, however, has not improved, with a failed marriage to French businessman Jean-Bernard Fernandez Versini after dating for 3 months, before they officially divorced in 2016, 2 years after saying "I do." She went on to date former One Direction star Liam Payne between 2016 and 2018, giving birth to their son Bear Gray Payne on March 2022, 2017. It's believed Cheryl is still single. Victoria Beckham. Victoria Posh Spice Beckham was the queen of all wags, reigning supreme over those who followed in her footsteps. During her trip to Baden-Baden, it's believed she splashed out on 60 pairs of sunglasses and an eye-watering 30 pairs of jeans for the visit. At the time, Posh was the it girl, with fake boobs, fake tan and hair extensions, which she later ditched for a bob. Speaking in 2013, the former singer said, "I don't wear fake tan anymore. Sometimes I've been turned orange, but that's definitely a look from my past. Being overly tanned is very aging and, dare I say it, a bit footballer's wife." Her husband, David Golden Balls Beckham, captained the England team throughout the 2006 tournament but eventually retired in 2013. A year after the Games, she and her Spice Girls bandmates reunited for a world tour, but she later hung up her performance boots when they got back together in 2019. Nowadays, VB, as she calls herself, is perhaps one of the biggest fashion designers in the world, dressing the likes of Meghan Markle and Anne Hathaway. Abby Clancy. Scouse model Abby Clancy had only recently started dating Peter Crouch when she jetted to Baden-Baden. However, her trip was all but brief after she was ordered to return back to England, with Crouchy distancing himself from the blonde bombshell. But having once declared that her dream was to marry a footballer, her World Cup adventure ended in shame when she was shipped back early after pictures surfaced of her taking cocaine. The shots were taken 2 years earlier, but Peter was quick to distance himself and dumped her soon after. He said, "Whilst I do not ordinarily comment upon matters relating to my private life, I have read with dismay various recent articles and reports about my relationship with Abby Clancy. In light of this, I wish to make the situation absolutely clear. Abby and I were in the very early stages of a relationship which, for a number of reasons, I decided a few weeks ago to end, and I accordingly informed Abby of my decision." But their separation was short-lived, with the couple going to marry in 2011 before going on to have 4 children. Despite hitting the headlines for the wrong reasons, Abby is now a firm fan favorite and has appeared as a judge on Britain's Next Top Model and also competed on and won Strictly Come Dancing back in 2013. Alex Curran. Alex was known as one of the top wags during the World Cup while engaged to Steven Gerrard. The blonde star, famed for her expensive highlights, is believed to have racked up a hotel tab of £25,000, which included 60 bottles of pink champagne, a far cry from her life as a nail technician. Alex and Steven went on to marry in a lavish ceremony held at Cliveden House Hotel in Buckinghamshire just a year later and welcomed 4 children together. But after her wild hotel antics, Steven wouldn't allow Alex to travel to South Africa for the 2010 World Cup, explaining he wanted to fully focus on the game. The couple and their kids packed up and moved stateside when he signed for LA Galaxy in 2015, with the family residing in Tinseltown. Just a year later, Steven played his final game for the team on November 6, 2016, before returning to the UK. Through her WAG status, Alex went on to release her own fragrance titled Alex, which instantly became one of the top sellers of 2007. However, her life is much more different now, as she is rarely seen in public and offers brief insights into her life on social media.